Cat and Moose podcast. I'm Cat.
And I'm Moose. This is a true life podcast where we explore the quirks of being human.
Hey,
everyone. Here we
Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh. It's like they went from like super pro to like mega pro. Like we have totally leveled up a notch. And at your request, Moose, you asked that I offer a prayer for this thing that we're getting into today.
Great. Yes, please.
All right. Who am I praying to or with or
us? You're praying with us.
As long as I'm not praying to you.
No, that would get weird. Okay. We have a Buddha here.
Oh,
we also have a Bible for Jesus.
You're also wearing a Shag Nasty shirt.
Yes.
You could be
Shag
praying
Nasty, yes.
To
Grandma Shag Nasty.
To my Grandma Davis. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I just needed a
Who
little
would
bit
you like to welcome into the room?
I would like to welcome all of our listeners into the room. I would like to welcome you, Producer Sara.
Thank you.
And you, Moose.
And you, Cat.
This beautiful, and myself, Cat, and this beautiful creature, Frankie, who's in here with us. Mm-hmm. And I would just like to also welcome in the divine. I would like to welcome in all that is good and light. And I invite any of our listeners who are listening to welcome anyone who brings light and love and comfort to them, into their space. And listeners, we would love for you to join us in our space. And our space has cars in the background. And the heat is on, and the fan is on, and all is good. We're right in advance of the spring solstice. By the time you're hearing this, spring will have sprung. And I just wanted to ask all of you and God, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Durga, Buddha,
Shag Nasty.
The mean grandmas and the nice grandmas.
Yes. Yes. I would like to invite all of you to show your presence as you wish, and ask that if there are any good vibes and any well wishes that you would be willing to send our way for our first ever podcast that is on video, and we are back in the room together.
Yes. Yahoo!
We would love to just soak up all those good vibes, and we would like to be like a mirror and shine them right back on you in even greater glory than before. So thank you for being with us, and welcome to episode 198 of the Cat and Moose podcast, where we have completely leveled up.
Oh, hell yes. We have transformed. We keep talking about these butterflies and their cocoons.
They're cocoons. Those butterflies wearing
They
their
went to Cancun.
You said cocoons, and I was so confused.
Those Cancun butterflies. What did you think she said?
I thought it was a word that is not an okay word.
Cocoons? That's what I said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you did say
And I
that.
didn't mean to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cocoons from Cancun.
So the Cancun butterflies, basically what we're getting at, being a science podcast, is that we're starting to fly, and we're at the phase.
Yes, we're flying.
We are flying.
Not yet.
My gosh, it's okay.
We're getting ready.
Yes.
Are we? I mean, we might be.
Guys,
all right,
we're at the phase where, what is it before the butterfly? What is that thing called?
Metamorphosis.
A caterpillar.
Metamorphosis.
Yeah, I was talking about the animal.
The Christians talked about it all the time in our 20s.
Exemplified what the three of us bring to the podcast, because we each had a different word for the same thing.
Agreed.
Like, yeah.
But the caterpillar, that is what I was looking for.
Yes.
I'm guessing when it starts melting before it turns into the butterfly, that it's having panic attacks and like, I'm dying. Like I'm dying.
Flashes.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what we've been through the past year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And now we're at the phase where we're like, oh shit, I've got wings. What do I do with this? That's where we are.
Oh, that feels so good in my body.
Isn't that great?
Like that, I literally like could feel myself like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're going to
Karate
practice.
Kid.
Like those birds that just stand with their wings open and they're like, come
They're
at
taking up
me.
space.
Come at me.
God, that
Yeah.
feels so good.
So we're practicing flying today.
Yes. Welcome to
Flight lesson number 1,
Flying Lessons. Yeah.
I think.
What I'm curious about, and I think I have an answer for this, but I'm curious, like, who is the flight instructor? Do we like know how to fly? I mean, we just got these wings, so we don't know anything.
I think it's in us. Like
Yeah,
birds
it's like-
don't know.
It's like the divine inside of us. Like
Yeah.
it's intuition or instinctual.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay. Cool. I'm into it.
Ah,
It's so fun.
I see. Into it.
Oh, intuition.
Yes.
It's so fun to record in the same room together.
It really
know.
is like looking in your eye. No, I'm being serious. Can I be serious? I know it's
Yes, but
uncomfortable.
There's 12 different tripods
If you could
between
only
us now.
see.
And then if I take my glasses off, there's 24.
Oh, wow.
So that's
God,
bad.
help us.
Yeah, it is really nice to be doing this really fun thing that we've been doing together now for years.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
years.
Years.
Hey, Moose.
Hey, Kat.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
Hi. It's really nice to be doing this thing that we've been doing for years together back in person again. And we're doing it not just because like, oh, hey girl, hey, like we want to be in person, but Moose and Sara have both just really said, hey, we're going to level this thing up. And we have got mics and we've got cameras and we've got lights. Cameras.
Oh,
Yeah. And
cameras from Cancun.
and I just want to say how lovely it is, Moose, to actually look you in the eyes.
It's still, I only laugh. I agree. But there is, I don't know why my light is right down your face. There's
Yeah.
some things,
There's some
kinks we need
adjustments.
worked
We're
out.
learning how to fly. We're learning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better.
But we're
then
not.
There's no mic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then Sarah's like, I said stand
Hey, get back on your mic.
Yeah.
Sarah, I would like to look at your eyeballs.
Hi.
It is really nice to see you in person.
It's so good to see you in person
Thank
for this,
you.
especially.
Yeah, this is really what I'm seeing right now is all this cool shit going on Sarah's screen. That's all of our like voice waves and stuff. It
Yep.
looks really.
I want to
neat.
see.
Here's what it
Can
looks
you
like.
Show. Oh, you're going to show.
Ooh,
Yeah,
voice waves.
Voice waves.
Voice waves.
We also.
They're like energy.
Here are voice waves for you, Moose.
Oh, thank you. They're my-
Oh wow, we are high tech. We're high tech.
we just.
We also have the windows open, so
Sarah's upset about the windows being open.
I'm
but
am
so
indeed.
happy about the windows being open.
basically, these lights that we're trying out are frying our skin right now. So we needed to cool off a little. But people are walking by like, oh, that must be an
Cat and
award-winning
Moose
podcast.
Oh, it totally is.
You know that's what they're thinking.
It is.
Hey.
If you guys need autographs, let us know.
The silence is deafening. Okay, so talking about autographs, we all work in the music industry, and so we grew up and had lots of different experiences with experiencing live music and meeting famous people and becoming famous people and like all kinds of stuff. And so at least for me, I've gotten a little bit desensitized to like the special.
Yeah.
Like oh my gosh, it's really special to have someone's autograph who you admire. And if they look you in the eye before they sign your autograph, like I see you, like that means everything.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I remember when I met Sarah McLachlan for the first time and she just really like, she was there with me, at least made me feel that way, you know? And, working with clients who get to interact with fans like that all the time is really fun. And like I said, can sometimes kind of desensitize like, oh, like what our actual clients do and who they are is really, really special. And so you remember from a couple of episodes ago, I went to St. Louis with one of our clients and I forgot to mention one thing about that trip. And it is our dear friend that we've all known for years, Mike, who gave me the Diet Coke.
Oh, yeah.
He saved my life.
Well, yeah, Diet Cokes do sometimes.
Yeah. And so, Mike, I want your autograph. And
nice.
I just wanted to say thank you for the Diet Coke. And I wanted you guys to get to experience with me a moment that made me feel really special. And our jobs, all of our jobs, everybody listening, each one of us in this conversation, our jobs are really important. And our jobs are also like not as important as the next job or whatever. And I think a lot of our jobs oftentimes feel thankless.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not that my clients don't thank me. It's not that you guys or our constituents don't thank me, but sometimes it just feels, sometimes it just feels like, oh man, this feels kind of like a thankless job. And I had this very unexpected moment in St. Louis where our client closed out his show with my favorite song. I don't know if it's my very favorite, but it's one of my favorite songs he's ever written, and gave me a little shout out. And so I just wanted to share it with you.
I love it. I remember you mentioning this, but I want to hear what he said.
I want to dedicate this song. My manager, Kat Davis, is here. She normally never gets to travel with me because she's too busy
doing the
taking all the world in
podcast.
Nashville. But she came all the way and has just been hanging out all day at the radio station with me, with everyone, and back at the merch table. So could you give Kat a round of applause?
Aww, so sweet.
We've been working together for almost 20 years. So
that's crazy.
It's nuts.
And yeah, this is for her.
So sweet.
Isn't that the sweetest?
I love
It is so sweet.
I mean, how does that feel?
Oh, like my whole chest is just like, I've been taught that when cats purr, some of the cells in their chest, like they swell and they bump against each other, and that's what makes the purr
That's cool.
sound. And I feel like that in my chest. I feel like
That's very appropriate for your name, even.
all the
It made you
metaphors.
purr.
Yeah, made me purr.
That's sweet.
It's really sweet.
Really
Thanks.
sweet.
Thanks for sharing it with me.
I can't believe you guys have been working together almost 20 years.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I remember the day you came home and said you were going to work with him, and I was like, who's that? And you were like, he's going to be somebody. I'm going to show, like you were like ready to build it. You did. You guys built it together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's
cool.
been a really fun adventure, and continues
If you don't
to
know
be.
her artist, it's Richard Marx, in case you're wondering. At the piano.
so
I
nice.
figured you heard that. But yeah.
No, it is not. It's not Richard Marx. His name is Matt Maher, and he is one of the greatest artists and songwriters of all time, in my opinion.
He's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that with me. Now, it's Women's History Month.
Wait, no.
Wait, you shared that with us. And we shared with you.
No, she was saying we shared the
Thank
moment.
you for sharing the moment.
Oh, okay.
with
Okay, got
me.
it.
Sarah's like, wait. By the way, and I mean, no disrespect by the statement, but today Sarah looked at me and she goes, "I'm autistic," and
I
said,
am.
and I said to her, "I love your autism."
Yes, as do I.
Thank you.
I know many people with varying degrees of autism, and like the more the better.
I agree.
I love it.
Completely agree. I love your quirks.
Thank you. I'm full of them.
Okay, wait. I want to say something. We're on the honoring cat train.
Oh,
Toot toot.
yeah, it's been a
Cool.
little long, so let's.
I know,
yeah,
I
let's
know.
get going.
But Sarah, would you be willing to show Kat the video that I found that you being a left-handed lefty?
Oh,
I thought you would appreciate this. There's a store for lefties.
Oh, God.
It's okay.
Go ahead. Say it again. There's a store for lefties.
There's a store for lefties.
That's all?
Are you going to play it?
Yeah. I just thought you were going to set it up.
That was
Hey,
the
we have
setup. We watch the video and then we respond.
I was going to try and share my Zoom. We're not on Zoom. You ready?
it's okay. Old habits die hard. One day at a time. 1 degree of change at a time. It's okay.
Okay. Here it comes, guys.
We brought a lefty to the lefty store.
So you feel right at home.
A measuring tape for left-handed people.
Oh my God.
The difference is the
clip is on this side for left-handed people
Oh,
instead of
Lord.
being on this side.
Oh, okay.
I mean, usually the mugs are the other
Right.
way around with the image.
Yep.
On
This
this
is
side.
also my
So you
experience.
get to hold it up.
God, what's that like?
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
See, it's so confusing because all I know is right-handed ones.
Yeah,
So I never
yeah,
use my
me too,
right hand
dude.
To do it, oh my god. I'd be like,
It's a can opener.
Oh, there it is.
I don't know what the difference is with this one. Oh.
Oh, the
The pad is on
portfolio.
the pad is on
The left, for the love
Oh,
of
that's
God.
This would have been
Yes.
helpful the other day.
I need to get, where is this place?
It wasn't
Does it say
me.
Sara?
It wasn't my fault.
In San Francisco.
Of course it is.
A measuring cup for left-handers.
I guess it's just the image.
But I don't understand that. Can you just turn it around?
You can, but like the measuring cup that I have, like on the side, if I'm holding it with my right hand, it's got all the like the cup and the all this. And if I'm holding it with my left hand, it's like kilograms and milligrams and stuff like that. Which, being an American, I don't
Yeah.
have
Basically, when I'm cutting, it
similar
says I can't
knowledge
see.
to.
You
That's
don't have to watch it anymore. But so then I went down a hole of like, are there lefty stores other places?
Yeah.
Amazon has a lefty store.
What?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
My goodness.
So for other fellow lefties, there you go.
That is very exciting.
It is exciting.
That is very exciting. Thank you.
I want to share something. Oh, wait. Do you have more to share about the lefties?
No, I have other things to share, but it's your turn.
Okay. share and tell.
We're a show and tell podcast.
And show and tell.
What would you
Okay.
like to share with us?
Well, we don't have to watch this whole video, but I do think it's pretty cool. This is about a tree shrew, and it's the only animal that has its own toilet in the wild.
what?
Every morning, the tree shrew's first activity is using the toilet. It's the only animal that has its own toilet. It poops into the mouth of a pitcher plant. This plant doesn't get angry. Instead, it provides the shrew a snack. Every morning, the pitcher plant opens the toilet lid to greet the little tree shrew. As to the little tree shrew, the first thing it does when it wakes up is look for the pitcher plant. The reason for their close relationship is because they have a special partnership. The lids of the pitcher plant's toilet secrete a sweet nectar every day, which happens to be the tree shrew's favorite dessert and its primary source of sustenance. After the
I
tree
don't
shrew
like
has
that
licked
shit.
all the toilet lids clean, it also leaves a carefully prepared gift for the pitcher plant. Although this gift may seem a bit peculiar, it's the pitcher plant's favorite food. In the continuous rain of Borneo's tropical rainforest, the gift left by the tree shrew is washed into the pitcher plant's stomach by rainwater. With nitrates from the feces, the pitcher plant can survive.
That's all.
I mean, like, wow. Like,
I know.
nature is so fascinating.
It
really
is
is.
fascinating.
It really
And
is.
what's even more fascinating is like that happened for probably millions of years.
Yeah.
And yet this guy thought, why has no one made a video about it?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Like he was a biologist that went, someone needs to know that
Yep.
this thing poops in a plant.
Yeah.
I mean, what a discovery, too. You're like, what is that? Oh, did you hear my chair?
No, it sounded like you,
you sounded like a tree shrew.
Sorry. Whoops.
I really,
Hey.
I love that you brought that, Sarah. It really reminds me how like that whole idea of like for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah.
The whole idea of like the balance of nature, and it's like what a beautiful way to showcase that by this animal shitting in a flower.
Yeah.
The flower makes food for it that it
Right. Yes.
likes. Like
Right.
that's
It
being
looks
in
like
the
a little
river.
toilet. That is being in the river.
What did our friends call it the other day? It was some sort of
I didn't know we had
not
friends.
a transaction. It was I can't remember. Never mind.
Transaction?
It's not a transaction. It's like when you're having a conversation or when you're interacting with people, there's a give and a take. But they had a cool phrase for it.
Yeah, it was
Catch
like
and
a
release.
It's like that.
Was it that?
It was similar.
Oh,
It
Was very similar to
guys.
that.
Really?
We'll report back,
Guys, new friends.
you know that there are
report
people
in.
screaming at their windshields
Well,
right now.
it's like a student. It's like a teacher counseling thing that they say when it's actually give and take. It's called blank.
Blam and blam.
symbiotic relationship.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Well, I want to talk about monoliths. Do you remember back in 2020 when we were doing monoliths?
Oh, that was in 2020?
It feels like it was. Maybe it was sooner. Well, there's a new one back.
Okay.
Sarah, can you read that? Because Lord knows I can't.
Okay, it says, mystery steel monolith appears in Wales. When Craig Muir left his house in Hay-on-Wye in Powys, Wales.
She just have a stroke. Like, what just happened?
Hay-on-Wye?
What's it? Yeah.
That's the word that's what it says.
How do you spell it?
Hay-on-WYE.
Wow.
It literally sounded like she was speaking another language.
I thought you literally switched to Norwegian.
Okay, in Hay-on-Wye in Powys, Wales, on March 12th, to take it.
Okay, so in Wales, we are in the UK.
We're in the UK, guys. We're in the
She
UK.
meant the animal.
Okay.
I'm like, am I Jonah?
I don't know what's
No.
happening.
Okay, so this guy was taking his usual walk. He noticed something strange. At first, he thought it might be something scientific. At first, he thought.
You got this.
I
You
believe
have
it,
got
dude.
this.
I think third
Hey, are
time's
we
a charm.
recording?
Yeah, we are. Okay, ready? At first, he thought it might be some scientific device to collect rainwater, but upon closer
Inspection.
bless it.
I bet the next word's inspection.
Upon closer inspection, he realized it was anything but that. The 10-foot tall steel monolith looked like it had been dropped down from space, Muir said. He added, if you didn't know anything, to look at it, you could have easily thought it had been dropped off by a UFO or something.
Of course it was.
Muir said that there is no way to drive to the location of the monolith and surmised that it may have been transported via helicopter. There were no obvious tracks around it, and one could think that something
Wait, I'm sorry.
like that would cause a lot of a mess, he added. I'm almost done. This monolith in Wales is the latest to appear, with several similar ones having popped up across the globe in late 2020. The unique metal structures were placed in Utah, California, Romania, and Turkey, with seemingly no explanation. Do you want to see the video, or do you want to ask your question?
I'll see the video.
Can I-
I'm
Video.
still responding from you setting a boundary with me, and
Oh,
it's
geez.
taking me a minute.
Sorry. Wow.
Are you doing okay?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
We're watching the video?
Okay.
I'm sorry for... Okay, here we go.
It's a baffling story out of Wales. A mysterious steel monolith has appeared seemingly out of nowhere, leaving locals scratching their heads. The towering structure, nearly the size of a semi-truck, was discovered by a witness who stumbled upon it while out
Is it
for a
metal?
run
Does
on
it
a
look
hill
metal?
in
It does to
Hay-on-Wye.
me.
He described it as bizarre and definitely stainless steel. Another witness said he initially
I have
mistook it for a
so much to
UFO.
say.
Are you glad we watched the video?
Oh, yeah.
There's like 13 angles of the
so
same.
stupid.
Yeah.
Here, this is how I feel right
Okay.
now, because
Okay.
that's, I'm sure, what you're looking for is how
I
I
am.
feel.
Of course. That's why we're here.
Someone has gone to Home Depot and has bought 3 sheets of sheet metal
Okay.
and gone hiking out in Wales and stuck that shit in the ground.
That looked
And
a
it's
little
saying-
bit nicer than some
And
sheet
then
metal.
saying that it's dropped off by a UFO. Like, why does anybody believe this?
Well, I wouldn't have brought it to the show if I didn't.
Oh, gosh.
I believe it.
You think it came from outer
No,
space?
I think it came from a helicopter. But
Oh.
What? Just
I just don't-
cause.
do you even know what a monolith is?
Did they debunk it in
like
2020?
what the hell? Is it a piece of metal? Like it's a monument that is a lift?
It's like I view it as a statue. It's like a,
But what's the point?
well, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
A monolith is a large, single, upright block of stone, especially one shaped into or serving as a pillar or monument.
Of what? What are they?
Any
usually
kind of
represent?
monument. So like this face guy.
Oh, that's a monolith.
It's a rock that looks like a face. That's a monolith.
I know the answer to the question.
Cat knows.
I know the answer to the question. The answer to the question is where did it come from? Go back to that Instagram article and just start at the beginning.
Really? We have lost all of our listeners.
Dropped off by a UFO?
No. At the very, very beginning.
Mystery steel monolith appears in Wales.
And then that next line.
When Greg Muir left his house in Hay on Wye in Powys, Wales, on March 12th to take his usual walk.
Is where it came from.
Hay on
was
Wye.
really funny.
It is funny.
Not very funny.
It is funny because we thought she had a stroke.
Yeah.
Well, that's all, guys. I just wanted to share that.
Okay.
I feel like, did I hurt your
No,
feelings?
not at all. But are you okay with her setting a boundary?
Yeah. I'm still a little tingly, but it happens to me all the
What
time.
happened? Did I point my finger at you?
No.
When I did this?
It was a little bit like hang on, I'm almost done.
Oh.
Yeah, I am so interested in what happens in my body when people set boundaries. It is really.
Do you feel hungry?
Do you want to share about it? Wait, hunger?
Sometimes emotion can cause pangs of hunger. That's true.
I believe it.
I'm an emotional eater. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't saying you are. I'm just was curious. How about I keep it more open-ended? How do you feel?
Yeah, what does it do in your body?
Maybe I won't guess your feelings.
Kat, do you want to talk?
No, I think it's funnier me not talking.
It's not true at
That's
all.
amazing. So I would like to go back, if you're willing.
Yes.
Like I would like to go back to in that moment when I was like, this is bullshit. This is a bunch of shit from Home Depot or whatever. I'm like, who believes this? And you're like, I do. What about it do you like when you say you believe it? Like, what about the whole phenomena do you believe?
First of all, I think it's very odd.
Yes.
Like, my guess is it's like art students dropping off shit, you know. But I don't know. I think it's interesting that people would choose to do it, even if it's not I don't think it's a UFO necessarily, but I do think UFOs are real.
Oh yeah. Me too. But have you like dug into any of the Dr. Pasulka stuff that I've mentioned as of late?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't. Not a clue. Sorry.
Did we talk about it?
Did you send us something that we didn't open?
I think our listeners are truth tellers. Have we talked about Dr. Pasulka?
Sasaka.
Slavaka. Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Her name is
Oh,
Dr.
it's a she.
Of course it's a she.
Yeah, she's amazing. Her name is Dr. Diana Pasulka, and she is a professor in North Carolina.
Great.
And she has written a couple of books, and they address some of these
Monoliths?
Yeah, but more broadly, like, you know, kind of quantum physics meets are there UFOs meets spirituality, and, you know, kind of faith lens through which, like, it's just really, really interesting reading. I mean, I've been listening, of course, because I don't read, but
Right. Nor should we.
I just think that you would find her material really cool, Moose.
I will look her up. If you could send the spelling, that'd be great.
Kawasaki.
I am interested in quantum physics. I had this moment with my therapist this week where I was telling her that there are a few things in my life where I have had intense emotions around things because I knew later in life I would experience something hard, but I knew what it was.
Really?
Yeah. And I won't go into the specifics, but as an example, if I knew I was going to have a car wreck, like I was triggered before anything ever happened is what I'm getting at. Anyway, and I was telling my therapist, I was like, I think that's where quantum physics comes into play, is like, if you really do believe that our souls are like in different places at different times and it's not all just linear, then it makes sense that my soul would already know that this pain is coming. One of them was when I was like 12 years old. I think I've told the story before, but I had my first panic attack because my mom was turning 50. And I thought that was really old. And after I've processed so much grief with her passing, I think that 12-year-old me knew even then oh, life is going to be really hard without her around, even though it was many years later that she did pass. But is that quantum physics, or is that just our soul being all knowing?
I mean, I think, first of all, I don't think any of us can know for sure. Yeah. And I think the answer is yes. I think that it's yes and. And there's this new thing that I saw called Wondrium. Have you heard of this thing?
No.
It's like a channel you can subscribe to, like on your Apple TV or whatever. And it's all these collections of like dissertations, teachings, classes about all kinds of subjects. Like, where did the human language begin? Like quantum physics. So I'm in the middle of watching the quantum physics one.
That's cool.
And it's taught by this professor. I think she's up in Boston. And it's just fascinating. And one of the things that I really enjoyed was she was talking about dual wave something or other, dual wave particles. Anyway, what they did is they showed a can, like a soda can, and they had a light that shone on the can, like from above the can. And so below the can, it looked like a square on the wall. They shone a light from beside the can, and what showed up on the wall was a circle.
That's weird.
But it's the same object.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good explanation of kind of how quantum physics works. It's like yes and. It's like
I still don't understand what
it's
It's this and that. They're both.
Something that is a thing can also behave like another thing, and can also behave like another thing, but then it is still the thing.
Right.
Still the same thing. Yeah.
You know? And so I mean, I just think it's fascinating.
It is fascinating.
What if you were a quantum physicist?
In another lifetime.
Or just a physicist?
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to be a physicist, I can't even say that word. If you're going to be a physicist, you might as well be a quantum one.
You might as well be a quantum one. Yeah.
What does quantum mean?
Did you watch the show Quantum Leap?
Oh,
I never did.
yeah.
You
never
didn't?
did.
You didn't?
In the 80s. And then it's back
Oh yeah.
with new people now. I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it either. I never watched
Oh,
it.
Kat, you would have loved it.
I probably would have.
You should watch it.
Maybe I'll watch the reruns. What
Watch
does
the new
quantum
ones.
mean, Sarah?
In physics, it means a discrete quantity of energy proportional in magnitude to the frequency of the radiation
already
it
shut down.
represents.
Already, like 3 words in, I shut down. Can you like ask Siri to make that more clear or something?
Ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, ask ChatGPT.
Explain quantum physics
to a layman or a laywoman or a lay anyone. The GoPro just shut off.
I was like, "There's an alien! There's an alien!"
Okay. Quantum physics is a branch of physics that deal with the behavior of very small particles such as atoms and subatomic particles like electrons and protons. At its core, quantum physics reveals a bizarre and fascinating world that operates very differently from the familiar rules of classical physics that govern our everyday experiences.
And don't we want that?
Yeah,
Don't we want a little different?
for sure. And I do believe. I mean, one of my. I'm going to start saying life verses because that's what the Christians say, but
Great.
it's not a verse.
That's fine.
It's like a poetry verse.
Okay.
But phrases is eventually everything connects.
Oh, yeah.
And
You've said that forever.
leans into some quantum physics there. Is like
100%.
I believe very strongly that we are connected to other people. And so it makes sense that I could have some sort of connection with someone that's completely across the world.
Eventually,
Everything connects.
everything connects. Okay, so do you know what it's called when, like the Sonos speakers, SONOS, you can spell it backwards and forwards. You can even flip it
Oh, wow.
vertically,
wow.
and it still says Sonos. So I'm wondering if eventually everything connects is one of those things. Everything connects eventually. Connects everything eventually. I don't know. It's just kind of neat. It
I
seems
see what
like,
you're saying.
Yeah, it's like, could it also be a particle? I just saw that.
That's cool.
I saw it.
So one of the things we do in coaching, that is like a visualization for folks when they can't figure out, like they feel stuck. which we all do, right? To some degree.
Often.
So, Kat, I thought it would be fun to see if you would be willing to do this little thing called the ideal day.
Yeah, I would love to. I will do anything once, especially if you ask me. You know that.
That reminds me, my doctor once told me I'll do anything twice.
Oh,
Wow.
And it made me go, oh, just like you guys did. Okay,
Seriously.
commence.
Okay, so I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to think about you have an entire day where you get to do anything you possibly could want to do. You don't have to work. You don't have to play. There's no rules. You wake up, and what is the first thing that you want to do? Or choose to do?
probably go pee.
Okay. And after you pee, what would you like to do?
I would like to pet my beautiful dog Bell Bell, and I would like to get some coffee and put some half and half and equal in it, and to drink it and not feel like I want to barf. Like I would love to just really savor the taste of that. And if I would to have like really my most bougie day, I would love to have one of those little things that like frosts up the half
Sure.
and half. Yeah.
You get to do that.
Yeah. I would do that.
And then after your coffee, where are you having your coffee?
In my red chair in the living room.
Okay.
Is the sun up?
As Sarah's.
And do I get to do like whatever
You
I
get
want?
to do whatever you want. I know this is a speed round of this, but
it
keep
is.
going.
Okay.
It's no.
Well, if you're asking me, it's not going to be a speed
No,
round.
No,
You-
I'm
you
just
know
saying,
better.
like, normally we could do this over 30 minutes to an hour, and we only have 2 hours. So take your time and,
I would have this rotating cast of characters
oh, fun.
that would visit with me. in the
They're just
morning.
going to come and, okay, tell
But
us about that.
there's no like there's no need for like the pleasantries and all
Yeah.
that. For example, like I would look up and you would be sitting there.
And what would we do together?
You would challenge me about, you would ask me questions. You would do like you're doing now. But I mean, like you would be like, okay, like I've been thinking about the podcast. So what's the next thing? Blah, blah, blah. And we talk about it a little bit. And then it's like, I would look down, take another sip, and then lift my eyes, and there would be my mom
Oh, cool.
in there. And then but it's just brief. It's not like we have this long drawn
Totally.
out, like, you know, do you want to stay for breakfast? Do you want to, it's just very, just like kind of a rotating cast. Like I would really enjoy that.
Like, just easy.
Easy.
How long would you like for that time to last?
Probably about, I'd like for segment 1 to happen for about 20 minutes. And then I'd like to poop.
Oh,
And then
wow.
I would
Wow.
like segment 1 to be just like another 5 minutes. And then I want to move on.
Okay. And what do you want to do with your day? You get to do anything, and no one is dependent upon you.
Yeah. I think that, that kind of time, like early, like kind of mid-morning-ish, I would really love to check in with my client, Matt. And I would love to have a conversation that's very, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what's going on today. Let's check in on these few items. I need this from you. I need that from you. I love working with you. Like, we'll check in later this afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, I would feel really good. I love my job. I
Yeah.
love what I get to do.
Totally.
And then I would go brush my teeth and clean up for the day and take a shower if I needed to, like whatever it is. And then I would spend some time in a little bit of like prayer and meditation in my treatment room.
Oh, cool.
And I would be doing that in advance of a client coming for body work.
Oh, fun.
Cool. Yeah.
And then the client would come. We would have a lovely session. I would take my notes after the session because in my ideal day, I would actually take notes regularly. Probably just lost my license.
Don't turn her in, guys.
Yeah, don't turn me in. So yeah, do you want me to keep going, or is this have I kind of answered the?
Well, I'm just curious. Yes, I would like for you to keep going. What happens in the evening?
In the evening,
Yeah.
kind of a very similar thing. Kind of a very similar thing to in the morning over coffee. There's like happy hour, and there's
cool.
there's again 3 visitors. Very like short, but like easy, lovely hang, and then I would have dinner
At home.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, I would have dinner at home.
So does that ideal day reflect your current life?
There are elements of it that really do. Yeah. Yeah.
That's incredible. That's what I saw in your ideal day. Is like a lot of it's like there. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's incredible when you do that exercise that you can immediately, or I can in my body. I'm curious if you did. I feel this. Oh no! What should I do? Who does anyone need me? Like I feel those tugs when I'm like actually doing that. And I'm like, okay, no, ideal day. I'm on my own.
Yeah.
And I think it's fun that yours included like solitude, but also people.
Well, and I think that like if I'm being honest with myself, like there has to be a part of me that enjoys being needed, that enjoys being relied upon. And so I think that kind of brief, like the revolving door interaction, I would like that to feel in real life really balanced like that. I would like for it to feel like what you need from me is what I have. And what I need from you is what I have.
Yeah.
And then it's just fine.
Can you explain that? What you need from me is what I have. What does that mean to you?
Like, and I'll just use you and me as an example. Like if you were to just be like transported to sitting on my couch, like if you were like, God, I'm so frustrated about blah, 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 blah. And you like needed my support, that I would just have the energy for that.
Right. I see.
You know, and that if I needed your support, you would have the energy for that. But it wasn't this like gung, you know, it's like, it's just like, it just flows. It's in the river, you know, it's like that to me. And I think the only way I know how to, in this conscious mind, to articulate that is these like kind of brief interactions. But I think it's the like, well, you know, so-and-so's coming over. I have to clean up. You know, it's just like this afternoon.
Totally.
Like you guys were like, you're the only person or one of the only people that, you know, we can have our house a mess and not feel terrible, you know? And it's like, I just, fuck, like,
Right.
I want that.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
To like, okay. So I love everything you shared. Let me say that first, before I move on. And I'm not necessarily moving on, but I'm going to say this. I had this moment in the car this week where I was thinking about creative endeavors and how so many times, and this may not just be creative endeavors, that's just what I was thinking about, but so many times when we feel paralyzed, it is because we have gone outward and thinking, what will other people think? Like, for instance, how many people want to write a book, want to be a painter, want to be a podcaster or a content creator or an artist, and you are like in that flow when you're doing it, right? You're like, I mean, you and I have talked about, we want to learn to edit. We want to keep, you know, we want Sara to teach us all those things. And like, we want to keep going deeper. But it's funny, once you start creating and then it's time to put it out in the world, all of a sudden we get paralyzed and we're like, I don't know, it's not good enough, or what will people think? And I think that in general, beyond creative endeavors, that may paralyze us. Is like when I feel frozen, it's almost always because I have thought, what are people going to think about me? Even when I get anxiety, I had that realization is like, oh, if I'm just me in here and expressing that by walking into the world, I'm okay with that. But the minute I think, how am I going to be perceived?
Yep.
How do we change that?
I don't know. I mean, I was thinking the other day, I had to walk with a client up a really steep hill.
Yes. Oh God.
And I like,
no.
like it was fine. I was able to do it fine. My foot was killing me. I was out of breath. And I was worried if this person thinks I'm unable to get up this hill, I might be unable to help steward their career. You know? But
isn't that the craziest shit ever though? Like, here's what you just said. Let me say it back to you. If I can't get up this hill without breathing heavy, I am not worth shit to anyone. But that's where we go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
And
the
it's like,
exact same
I was
feeling.
like, this is the end of my career. Like, this is just it. And it's just like, why? Like, why do we do that?
And he was probably out of breath too, a little bit. He or she.
Yeah, they.
I honestly, I mean, this is, if my soul was given another chance to come to this lifetime, it was, I'm pretty sure, to learn how to not give a shit about what people think.
Yeah.
Which I was born with that gene, and then I lost it. You know, like we all are.
Do you remember where you lost it?
Oh, I can tell you 40 different places I lost it. But it's the, you know, I mean, it's, we're born to come into this world like going, this is amazing. Look at all this.
Yeah.
And every little heartbreak just makes us smaller and more constrained. Nope. More, what is that word?
Restrained?
Constrained.
Both feel great.
Yeah, great. But we get smaller and smaller ultimately. And it's like, how do we undo that now? Where we go, I don't know, man.
I think it's doing a lot of like what you just led me through.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, where is that, and not in a shameful sort of way, but it's like, where is that inconsistent with your current life?
Right.
And what do we do about it?
Right.
And something that you, and this is just, I'm putting things on you, like our favorite thing to do, is that like you're doing something about it. Like you were like, we're going to record this. We're going to video it. We're going to have lights. We're going to have, you know, we're going to be in the same room. And it's like, you're doing something about it.
That's good.
Right.
To
And,
hear.
and it's like, I would really, really love for you and for anybody listening to go like that one step toward doing something more toward your ideal day. Go you. Like,
Totally.
that's
Right.
great.
I mean, you're right. And it always is that one step. I mean,
Yeah.
I was talking with a group of coaches and they were talking about leading people through ideal day and how powerful it is. And I think it's powerful as well. But even this lady said, you know, I had a client who woke up at 6:30 instead of 8:00. And that small change in her ideal day made her day so much better. And so she changed that. And next thing you know, she started a new business because she spent that hour and a half that morning
Wow.
building this idea, you know? And so,
impressive.
yes, one tiny change can make such a difference. And it is such a great tool to be able to go, what is incongruent with what my life looks like now?
Right.
Incongruent is a beautiful word, as is congruent.
Congruent
Gosh.
and constraint and restraint.
Restraint.
Let's have a Latin
And monolith.
class. We're a Latin podcast. Special thanks to our producer, Sara Reed.
To find out more, go to catandmoosepodcast.com. Cat and Moose is a BP production.